Alright, y'all, this video is going to be on pediatric dosage based on milligrams per kilogram and BSA. And we're going to do household BSA and we're going to do metric BSA. So this one will be household, this one will be metric. But first, we'll just do the basics, and we're going to do dosage based on milligram per kilogram. So our problem says that we have Dilantin ordered 5 milligrams per kilogram per day in divided doses every 8 hours, and our patient is 18 kilograms. So all we're going to do is take our 18 kilograms and multiply that by 5. And that will knock out our kilograms, and that will leave us with milligrams per day. So 18 times 5 is 90 milligrams per day. And it says in divided doses every 8 hours. So we know that 24 divided by 8 is 3. So we're going to give this child 3 doses of Dilantin during the day. So now we're just going to do 90 divided by 3. And so we're going to give them 30 milligrams per dose of Dilantin. So that's all there is to that. It might ask you to go further and give you the concentration of the med, like it's however many milligrams per mils. Then you'll just take that and calculate. But that is how you calculate the milligrams per kilogram of a dose. Alright, so now for BSA, there's 2 different BSA formulas that you have to know, and one is household, one is metric. So household is pounds and inches. Obviously, that's what we use in the United States. And then metric is kilograms and centimeters. So these are formulas that you just have to commit to your memory. There's no way around it. You just have to memorize it. So our household BSA formula is going to be BSA, which is meters squared, equals a square root of pounds times inches all over 3131. So the way that Ms. McVeigh says it's easy to remember is that household is what we use in the United States. You know, we measure in pounds and inches. And Baskin-Robbins has 31 flavors of ice cream. If that helps you remember, then that's an easy way to remember. But once you remember these formulas, it's just super easy plug and chug problem. So our BSA is going to equal the square root of 25 pounds times 32 inches over 3131. So there's a particular way that you should insert this into your calculator. You're going to do 25 times 32 and then hit equals. Then you're going to take that number and divide it by 3131 and hit equals. Now you're going to take the square root of that number. Everybody's calculator is different, but on the test, y'all should all have the same calculator. So that will give us 0.505. We're going to round to the nearest hundredth, so we'll say 0.51. And that is our BSA. Now we're going to do metric, which is BSA, which is meters squared, equals a square root of centimeters times kilograms over 3,600. These 2 formulas you just have to remember. If it's easy for you to just remember and then right when you get your scratch paper on a test, write it down. That's what I would suggest. That way there's no chance of you being nervous and now you've gotten to question 25 on your exam and it's like, oh my gosh, I had these remembered before the test, but now I can't remember which one is which. So that's why Ms. McVeigh said there's 31 flavors of ice cream at Baskin-Robbins and we have Baskin-Robbins in the United States. And so that's how you can remember household is 3131, and then metric is going to be 3600. So now that we know that formula, we're just going to plug and chug again. And it says our patient is 128 centimeters and 23 kilograms. So we're going to put this in our calculator, and we're going to say 128 times 23 equals, divided by 3600 equals, and then take the square root of that number. And it gives us 0.904. So we're just going to say 0.9. Obviously, you'll put whatever your instructors tell you. So if they say round to the 10th, round to the 100th, you'll put whatever they say on the test. But that's all there is to BSA, is just knowing those formulas and then just plugging in. The hardest part is really just making sure that you put it in your calculator correctly.